Congratulations,
Thank you.
Well done.
Challenge Cup final, Wigan Leeds, is April the 30th. News from Sao Paulo that Britain's Damon Hill has moved up to 4th in qualifying for tomorrow's Brazilian Grand Prix, but rain has interrupted the session. Qualifying is still going on. Ayrton Senna is still quickest, but Damon Hill up to 4th. Cricket, West Indies bowled out earlier today for 252. England in reply, well, they lost Alex Stewart a little earlier, dismissed cheaply, but they're now 65 for 1. Atherton 34 not out, Ramper Cash 22 not out. That's it, Pilkington Cup semi-final next weekend, but it's been a busy afternoon on the Thames, and it's still continuing with the head of the river race. The minor places still being decided, long after Cambridge headed the other race.
Art.
The surveyor of a rather unique collection.
Awfully able man. That's the tragedy of it.
Burgess, MacLean, the first two. Philby, the third. You're the fourth. Who's the fifth?
I suppose that is part of your function, Sir Anthony, to prove that my pictures are fakes.
Fake. No?
If something is not what it claims to be, what is it?
Prunella Scales and James Fox as Sir Anthony Blunt in Alan Bennett's award-winning A Question of Attribution. Monday at 10:10 on BBC1.
Lois and Clark go on honeymoon in 15 minutes, but like Superman, is it how it looks? Now on BBC1, the news with Jennie Bond at 5:15.
The British Army climbers plucked to safety from the jungles of Borneo say they never gave up hope. Celebrating their rescue, they say they survived in a cave on biscuits and peppermints. John Major tells his critics who portray the government as anti-European to grow up. And Cambridge cruised to victory for the second year in a row. Good evening. All 5 members of a British Army training expedition are recovering in a Malaysian hospital after being lost for more than 3 weeks in the North Borneo jungle. The 2 British officers and 3 soldiers should be reunited with their families in Hong Kong tomorrow. They've been surviving on a single biscuit a day before the rescue helicopter winched the last 3 to safety off the slopes of Mount Kinabalu earlier today.
The weather was clear, but the turbulence dangerous. The rescue crew took off anyway and set off to fly close to the northern face of the mountain in high winds. Their bravery paid off. It was an early morning call which brought the last 3 survivors from the floor of Lowe's Gully to safety. First stop was a village in the foothills of Mount Kinabalu, a thin but upright Major Ronald Foster sporting a grubby t-shirt and celebrating with a cup of tea. A medical check for his 2 Hong Kong companions. The men sheltered from driving rain and cold in a cave for 20 days, only crawling out when they heard the sound of a helicopter. Today, that same aircraft took them from one of the most inhospitable places on Earth to Sabah's modern hospital. Within an hour of arriving, they were declared fit and well, much better than the other 5 members of the team who hacked their way out of the jungle to raise the alarm.
And my thanks go to everybody who's responsible for helping us get out.
Do you have a message for family and friends back in the UK?
Yes, I love them all and miss them and look forward to seeing them all very shortly.
Thank you very much.
Apart from malnourishment and exhaustion, doctors say the men have pulled through remarkably well. They're not expected to be here for long, and they should be home within a few days. Humphrey Hawksley, BBC News, Kota Kinabalu.
Later, Major Foster was asked by BBC Radio whether they'd ever thought they might not get out alive.
It may have just fleetingly passed through your mind, but we were very positive. We were objective. 1 or 2 people made